If you've ever sat down on a low toilet or a cafe chair and thought, oh shit, I don't think I can get back up, don't worry, you're not the only one. That moment, that stuck moment, is one of the biggest warning signs of losing independence. But here's the part that so many people miss. You're not failing the stand because you're getting old. You're failing because there's a breakdown in 3 things that get you up easily. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what these 3 things are. Number 1 is a setup, the height and the angle that you start from. The mechanics, how you move your body through the stand, and the engine, the exact strength exercises I give my patients to get off any chair. I'm Donovan Baker. I'm a physio who has spent over a decade helping older adults stay strong, mobile, and independent. And I've seen exactly what happens when people lose the ability to stand up from a low chair. They stop going out, they avoid social events, they start needing help with basic daily tasks. And for many people, not being able to get off the toilet on their own becomes one of the most common tipping points that leads into aged care. But I've also seen how quickly this can turn around when you fix just a couple of things. To prove it, I want to tell you about Irene, one of my patients from a nursing home. So she was in her 90s, she was still walking around with a 4-wheel walker, able to get up and down by herself, but after a bout of pneumonia, she ended up being bedbound. Her leg strength was gone and she needed a hoist to stand up. This is a machine that literally pulls you up into a standing position, and she hated this thing. So we made a deal to get her back onto her feet. We started small with seated band exercises to wake her quads and her glutes back up. And pretty soon she managed to stand up for the first time in months. Then after a while she managed 10, and eventually she worked her way up to 100 sit-to stands in a single session. 10 sets of 10. 10 times. There's 1.
2.
2.
3. 4.
She walked out of that room on her own steam. Toothless grin all the way because we forgot to put her dentures in. Now, if she can rebuild from rock bottom, you can absolutely fix this now. The first fix is instant. If your hips are lower than your knees, standing becomes a physics problem. You are literally stuck behind your own center of mass. Add a firm cushion under your bum or raise the seat height. Seems obvious, but there's so many people who don't actually think about this. You change the angle and the movement becomes 50% easier in a second. Now, obviously you can't put a cushion on a toilet seat. I mean, you can, but it's just going to get messy. Step 2 is where we fix that. It's the technique mistake that so many people make. They try to do it vertically. Think of a helicopter taking off. But you aren't a chopper. Your legs can't generate straight up lift when your weight is still pinned behind you. Standing up works more like an aeroplane taking off. Now the plane doesn't go straight up. It rolls forward first, building momentum, and then it generates lift to get up. Your stand works exactly the same way. Forwards first, up second. And here's how we do it. Feet back, directly underneath you. Lean forward until your nose is over your toes, and then push up. Trust yourself that you're not going to fall. You're shifting your physics to work with you instead of against you. And now we strengthen the exact muscles that do the lifting. First exercise is going to be the calf raise. Hold on to a post or a wall for balance. Feet directly underneath your hips. Rise up straight onto your tiptoes without bending your knees. Hold for a couple of seconds and then come back down with control. If you find that a little bit easy, you can do a single leg option or perform a deficit off a step like I'm doing just here. Next up, we have the box squat. You're going to sit down to a chair or a box, drive through the midfoot back to a standing position and perform it with control the whole way. And if that's too easy, perform at a tempo, 5 seconds down, 5 seconds up. Next, we have a step up. You're going to want to find a step or a box around the house, grab a wall or a bench to hold on to for balance. Raise 1 foot up, drive through that leg and standing up nice and tall without leaning forward at the hips, stepping back down with control. Third exercise is going to be a reverse lunge. As always, hold a bench or something for a bit of balance. Step 1 foot back and drop that back knee down to the floor with control. Ensure that you're driving through your front heel as you stand up, not letting your knees go over the line of your toes.
If that's a little bit too difficult or your knee's a little bit sensitive touching the ground, grab a cushion, reduce that height that back knee drops down to. From the front angle here, you want to make sure that your knee is staying in line with your toes, not collapsing in here, making sure that you correct it by keeping that angle nice and straight. Otherwise, you're going to put a little bit of stress on the knee, which could lead to a bit of pain. Uah. Next exercise, a glute bridge. Make sure you get down more elegantly than I just did. Bring your feet underneath your knees and bridge your hips up so you make a nice straight line between your knees through your hips to your shoulders. Hold for a couple of seconds, come back down with control. Again, if that first option is a little bit too easy, go for a single leg version. Driving up, holding it, making sure that you keep a nice steady pelvis and swapping both legs. And the final exercise is going to be a wall sit, leaning up against a wall or a post, slide down so your hips are level with your knees, creating about a 90-degree angle. Hold this for about 30 to 60 seconds. And if that's a little bit too difficult or creates a bit of pain, you can open up the angle of the knees by standing up a bit straighter. This still gets a really good workout in without putting too much stress on the knees itself. Now, here's how much you need to do. For each exercise, about 8 to 12 reps. That equals one set. Then you're going to have a rest, perform 3 to 5 sets of each exercise around 3 to 4 days per week. While it may take a few weeks of consistent effort to see results, this is the perfect amount of exercise needed to strengthen your muscles to make standing effortless.
Now here's the litmus test to see if you're actually improving. If you stop scanning rooms for the highest chair, or you stop making that ooh noise every time you stand up or sit down, you can get off the toilet without planning your escape route. These are all signs that independence is coming back. So there you go. You don't need to accept getting stuck and winding up on that slow trip down to the aged care home. And if you want to know where your strength and balance are right now, I've created a short 3-minute quiz in the links below. It'll show you exactly how you stack up and even give you tailored exercises to help you improve. Then watch the balance video next, because standing up is only half the battle. Staying on your feet is the rest of it.